I want to thank you all for joining me today and helping out with my college class. As I have told you, I am in a communications course, and so I have to have an audience for my speech. I want to share some ideas with you, my creative side, I guess, and I enjoy doing artwork. Art can be many different things to many different people. Art can be painting, art can be sculpting, art can be just looking at the beautiful scenery that God has made for us. So art can be many different things to many different people. But today I want to point out three main points. Art can be photography, art can be messy, and art can bring honor to God as well. Art can be photography. Pictures can hold a moment of time in a memory. And as I've spoke before, I have created scrapbooks. And so I hold my memories in time. This is a picture of my husband and I at the Marine Ball. This was the first year we had met. And so I am able to create a scrapbook that is art, and it holds this memory in place for me. Because this was quite a few years ago. And so I don't remember every detail of that night, but this picture brings out my memories, and it helps me to remember everything. So as I said, photography can be art. When you're taking pictures, when you're creating scrapbooks, whenever you're creating different kinds of pages that I have created in here. This is one from our wedding, and it has different kind of stickers and our invitation and different things like that. And so I've created art using photography. Alfred Steigel says, though it a man who knows how to really photograph is able to channel the impulses of human beings and to register the objective world directly, through the science of optics and the chemistry of silver and platinum, translated into tongues subtle beyond the reach of any human hand. And what that means is photography creates a memory and a moment in time. My next point is art can be very messy. Sometimes scrapbooking can get a little messy. Your fingers get sticky. You can also get paint on you, if you're being creative with paint, and you get messy with it. Another form of being messy is, your hands can be covered in whenever you sculpt something. And so your hands are all messy, and so you just get a little bit dirty. But that kind of messy is kind of intentional. Whenever you paint, you're not really being intentional to be messy. You just end up getting paint on you, right? Every good painter, I think, knows that, or any arts person knows that you're going to get dirty. It doesn't matter what you do. Another form of messy is art that does not have order. Like, there's art that is unique and it's okay. Let's say abstract paintings. They're very different and they're very, some people would say they're very odd, but that is an intentional kind of messy to create a beautiful piece of art. And that's okay. Because sometimes art doesn't really have a pattern. Sometimes it just is created. Agnes B. wrote in Beautiful Losers that artists learn their craft through practice, trial and error, and good old-fashioned innovation. And so you just learn as you go along. Whenever I first started scrapbooking with my pictures, my scrapbooks did not look like this. My scrapbooks did not look like all matted and make sure that the pictures were all stuck down. They were very plain. They were extremely plain. And I don't have a lot of plainness in here anymore. But that's okay, because you learn by error, and that's how an artist does. Being messy with your art is the best way to learn, and that's okay. My final point is art can bring honor to God. Drawing one of God's wildlife creations can be art. Relevant Magazine said, art draws us back into the fold of humanity when we wander out full of pain, discouragement, and bitterness. It whispers, you are not alone. And that's what creativity, the creativity that we look at in the trees and in the birds and the beautiful waterfalls that God has created for us. Those are the things that we can look at and we can say, maybe I'm having a discouraging moment right now. But when you look at those things, you can see the creation and the love for God in those things. Art brings us back into the relationship with God, the creativity of everything that we see around us. It brings us to relationship with Him. So let me just recap our 3 main points. Art can be photography, like bringing life to memories in my scrapbook. Art can be messy, like getting glue on your fingers or having a mismatched painting. And art can bring honor to God. We admire the creations of God, and we are reminded to come back into a relationship with God. I want to leave you with one final quote. Art is being free from the world's heaviness. Amen. I want to thank you again for helping me out today. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Amen.